Here's how to install our OCAM Hoopless bull bar for the Volkswagen Amarok. Remove the 4 pop clips in these locations along the top of the bumper. In the wheel arch, remove the top T30 screw and the 2 T25 screws on the side. Then underneath, remove the outer T27 screw and the inner T25 screw. Pop off the fog light cover and remove the 13mm bolt. Repeat this process on the other side. Then remove the 2 T25 screws hidden behind the number plate holder. Once that is all out, slowly pry off the bumper and set aside. Disconnect the fog light harness in the process. Pry off the plastic bumper support and use a trim removal tool to remove the wiring clip. Then remove the foam blocks sitting underneath the headlights and the foam crash bar cover. Remove the plastic underbody cover by pushing down the tab on the crash bar and disconnect the wiring clip. Use a small screwdriver to punch in these plastic clips and then remove the bumper supports on both sides. Then use a 10mm socket to remove the bottom bumper support brackets. Use a reciprocating saw or angle grinder to trim off the wings of the front crash bar. Deburr and paint the exposed metal to prevent it from rusting. Next, remove the horns from the chassis rails using a T50 Torx bit and a 15mm socket to remove the bracket. Relocate the factory horns to the body using the same T50 bolt. Remove the factory 13mm bolts holding in the bash plate and set aside. There are 3 bolts at the front and 4 along the rear. Grab a mate to help you to take it off the vehicle. To install the cradle brackets, we will need to remove the factory body mounts. Remove one side at a time when installing the brackets. Use an 18mm socket to remove the body mount and pliers to remove the factory cross tube. Attach the brackets to the inside of the chassis rails. The chassis bolt should look like this, with the longer bolt placed at the front chassis mounting point here and the shorter one here. The U-bracket is secured to the plate from the outside. Then tighten one side up loosely before reattaching the body mount. Then repeat the process on the other side. Attach the cradle to the brackets, then make sure it's level before tightening all the bolts. On the factory bash plate, you will need to cut off the front mounting hole on the passenger side mounting point, as it interferes with the cradle bracket. Use an angle grinder to cut it off, then paint protect the exposed metal. Then reinstall the bash plate with its factory 13mm bolts. Cut the front grille off the bumper, then reinstall onto the vehicle with the factory pop clips. Use some masking tape to cover the front fender and headlight, as you'll need to repaint the bottom metal portion of the body, as this is visible once the bull bar is installed. Any black spray paint will be fine. Attach the mounting studs to the bull bar using the included plastic shims to hold the studs in place. Then install onto the vehicle and tighten it up. Don't forget to connect the fog lights. Attach the included rubber strips to the front of the bull bar, then attach your number plate. Install the bash plate brackets onto the cradle brackets, then mount the bash plate. Then for the finishing touch, trim the front mud guards. And there you have it, your OCAM Hoopless bull bar is installed.